Hi Evergreen, Chapter 5, Lesson 3. This is going to be part 2 of our previous lesson, product of two binomials. So we are going to be able to multiply two binomials quickly. Okay, let's do this first example on page 177. Now this one is a binomial times a trinomial, correct? And so what we are going to do is we are going to do the same thing we've been doing on all of them, except this time we're going to have to multiply times a third term. So normally we would ignore this first three and we'd do x times x squared, and that's what we're going to continue doing. We're going to follow our same steps, x times x squared, which makes x cubed, x times negative 5x, which is negative 5x squared, and then x times 7, which is 7x. Then we're going to repeat it with the 3. We're going to say 3 times x squared, 3 times negative 5x, 3 times 7. So it just has one extra thing to multiply. And this is what we'll write right here, this line. This is what you should have written down after you multiplied. Now we are going to have to combine our like terms. So I see x cubed. Are there any other x cubed? No. So that one has nothing to combine. It's going to stay just the way it is. X squared. What do we have to combine that's x squared? We have negative 5x squared and we have 3x squared. So this will combine to a negative 2x squared. And then we have 7x and negative 15x, which will combine to a negative 8x. And then 21 is all by itself. There's no other constants to add to it. So this is our final answer. Okay, let's look at the second example. Now this one has a 4-term times a binomial. Do we know how to solve this? Yes, we're just going to keep following the same directions. So we're going to do x. Oh, so this one actually, sorry, had my order out of order, my clicks. So we had x plus 5 times x plus 2 times x minus 7, or x minus 6. And so what we did is we ignored this x plus 5 to begin with, and we multiplied these two second and third binomials together first. So we did x times x, which gave us x squared, x times negative 6, which gave us negative 6x, 2 times x, 2x, 2 times negative 6, negative 12. Then we combine our like terms. We had a negative 6x and a 2x. We combine that for negative 4x. And now we have a trinomial times a binomial. And we're going to follow our same steps of rules that we have been following. So we have x times x squared, x times negative 4x, x times negative 12. Then we go back over to this 5. 5 times x squared, 5 times negative 4x, 5 times negative 12. Now you do not have to write this colorful steps down. That's just for you to learn. This is what you should write down though. You should write the products down. So we're going to combine our like terms. X cubed. Are there any other cubed x's to add? No, so that one's going to stay just the way it is. Let's look at our x squared. We have positive 5 and a negative 4, which will make it just a positive 1x squared. We have negative 12x and negative 20x, which will combine to negative 32x. And we have a negative 60. That is all by itself, so it'll stay. This is your final answer after you've combined your like terms. X cubed plus x squared minus 32x minus 60. Okay, number 41. Let's get into these a little bit harder questions. They're not harder, there's just more steps. So you need to make sure you're writing down all of your steps, showing your work, and this will help you get the right answer every time. So let's just do one little thing at a time. X times x squared gives us x cubed. X times 3x gives us 3x squared. Blah, 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 blah. My mouth's getting tired. X times 5, 5x. And now we'll go over to this 2. 2 times x squared. 2 times 3x gives us 6x. 2 times 5 gives us 10. Now we need to combine our like terms. There's no other cubed 3's. So we're going to add our 2 squared x's. We have 3 and 2, which gives us 5x squared. We have a 5 and a 6x, which gives us 11x. And we have nothing else to add to 10, so we will leave it just the way it is. Our final answer is x cubed plus 5x squared plus 11x plus 10. Okay, 43. Let's do it again. Let's practice again. So write your problem down first. X minus 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 2. Now let's solve it. X times x squared gives us x cubed. X times 4x gives us 4x squared. X times 2 gives us 2x. Now we're going to do the same thing with the negative 3. Don't forget that negative sign. Negative 3 times x squared, negative 3x. Negative 3 times 4x, negative 12x. Negative 3 times 2, negative 6. Combine your like terms. 4 and negative 3 make, 1. Sorry. And then we have a positive 2x and a negative 12x, which gives us negative 10x. X cubed plus x squared minus 10x minus 6. Okay, 45. X plus 5 times x squared minus 2x plus 3. Let's distribute this first term, x. So, x times x squared equals x cubed. X times negative 2x is negative 2x squared. X times 3, 3x. Now let's repeat with the 5. 5 times x squared, 5x squared. 5 times negative 2x, negative 10x. 5 times 3, 15. Combine our like terms. We combined our 5x squared and our negative 2x squared for 3x squared. We combined 3x and negative 10x for negative 7x. 47. Let's do it again. X minus 6 times x squared minus 4x minus 5. X times x squared, x cubed. X times negative 4x, negative 4x squared. X times negative 5, negative 5x. Okay, negative 6 now. Negative 6 times x squared, negative 6x squared. Negative 6 times negative 4x is positive 24x. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. Combine our like terms. We have negative 6 and negative 4x squared for negative 10x squared. And we have negative 5x and a positive 24x, which gives us 19x. X cubed minus 10x squared plus 19x plus 30. 49. Same thing. We're going to get so good at this. 2x plus 3 times 3x squared minus 4x plus 5. So we're going to take this 2x and multiply. 2x times 3x squared is 6x cubed. 2x times negative 4x is negative 8x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Let's repeat with the 3. 3 times 3x squared, 9x squared. 3 times negative 4x is negative 12x. 3 times 5, 15. Let's combine our like terms. Negative 8 and 9x squared is 1x squared. 10x and negative 12x is negative 2x. So your final answer is 6x cubed plus x squared minus 2x plus 15. Number 51, we have 3 binomials. So first, we're going to ignore this 2x plus 2, and we're going to multiply our second and third binomials. X times x, x squared. X times 4, 4x. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 4, 12. Combine your like terms, 3 and 4x, 7x. Let's see. Oh, looks like I did something fun here. So instead of combining my like terms, I multiplied this times all of them. But we should combine the like terms, or you can do it this way. Either way will work. So we have x times x squared, which is x cubed. X times 4x, which is 4x squared. X times 3x, which is 3x squared. X times 12, 12x. Then 2 times x squared, 2x squared. 2 times 4x, 8x. 2 times 3x, 6x. 2 times 12, 24. Now we have some combining to do. Nothing to add with the x cubed, but we have 4, 3, which makes 7, plus 2, 8, 9. We have 9x squared. And then we need to add 12 plus 8, which is 20. 20 plus 6, 26x. This is our final answer. X cubed plus 9x squared plus 26x plus 24. Okay, 53. Let's do it again. We have 3 binomials. Let's multiply the second and the third together first. X times x. Oh, let me say the problem first in case I'm going too fast. X minus 5 times x plus 2 times x plus 1. Now let's multiply the second and third together. So we have x times x, x squared. X times 1, x. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times 1, 2. Oh, I didn't combine my like terms again. I showed it this way. So this is actually fine too. Either way. So we're going to do 5 times x squared, x cubed. I'm sorry, I should say x times x squared, x cubed. X times x, x squared. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 2, 2x. Then negative 5. Negative 5 times x squared, negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times x, negative 5x. Negative 5 times 2x, negative 10x. Negative 5 times 2, negative 10. Nothing to combine with our cubed 3. So let's count our x squared. We have 1, 2, 3. And then we have a negative 5, so that would be a negative 2x. And then for our x's, we have 2, plus negative 5, which is negative 3, plus negative 10, which is negative 13. Our final answer is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 13x minus 10. Number 55. 3 binomials being multiplied together. X plus 6 times x minus 5 times x minus 5. Let's multiply the second and third binomial first. X times x, x squared. x times negative 5, negative 5x. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 5, 15. Okay, now we're going to multiply this binomial times this four-term four-term polynomial. So we have x times x squared, which is x cubed. X times negative 5x, negative 5x cubed. Squared. X times negative 3x, negative 3x squared. And then x times 15, 15x. Let's repeat with the 6. 6 times x squared, 6x squared. 6 times negative 5x, negative 30x. 6 times negative 3x, negative 18x. 6 times 15, 90. Let's combine our like terms. X cubed is all by itself, and 90 is by itself. Everything else can be combined with something. So our x squared, we have 6, and then we have negative 3, which makes it only positive 3. Positive 3 plus negative 5, which gives us negative 2. Now we're going to combine our x's. We have 15 and negative 30, which gives us negative 15. Negative 15 plus negative 18 is negative 33x. Final answer, x cubed minus 2x squared minus 33x plus 90. 57. Okay, 3 binomials multiplied together. X minus 1 times x plus 2 times x minus 7. Let's multiply our second and third binomial first. X times x, x squared. X times negative 7, negative 7x. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times negative 7, negative 14. Now let's multiply our first binomial times our four-term polynomial. X times x squared, x cubed. X times negative 7x, negative 7x squared. X times 2x, 2x squared. X times negative 14, negative 14x. Let's repeat with negative 1. Negative 1 times x squared, negative x squared. Negative 1 times negative 7x, positive 7x. Negative 1 times 2x, negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 14, 14. Let's combine our like terms. 3x, x cubed has nothing to combine, so let's look at our x squared. We have negative 7 plus 2, which is negative 5, plus another negative 1, negative 6. Our x's, we have negative 14x and a positive 7x, which gives us negative 7x, and another negative 2, so it gives us negative 9x. Your final answer should be x cubed minus 6x squared minus 9x plus 14. Number 59, 3 binomials multiplied together. Let's multiply the second and third first. X times x, x squared. X times negative 4, negative 4x. Now the negative 6. Negative 6 times x, negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 4, 24. Now we'll multiply this binomial times this four-term polynomial. X times x squared, x cubed. X times negative 4x, negative 4x squared. X times negative 6x, negative 6x squared. X times 24, 24x. Next, negative 2. Negative 2 times x squared, negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 4x, which is positive 8x. Negative 2 times negative 6x, positive 12x. Negative 2 times 24, negative 48. Combine our like terms. X cubed is by itself. We have x squared. We have negative 6, negative 4, which is negative 10. Another negative 2, which is negative 12, x squared. Then our x's, we have 24 plus 8, which is 32, plus 12, 44x. Write down our minus 48, and that's our answer. 61. Arrange in descending powers of x. So descending, getting smaller. So powers of x. This x has a power of 1. This x has a power of 2. This has a power of 0. And this has a power of 5. So negative, don't forget this negative sign, negative 8x to the 5th power. Then negative 3x squared. Then there's no sign in front of this 7, so we know it's positive. So plus 7x plus 4. 62a. Name by degree and by number of terms. So how many terms does this have? 2. And degree, this x is to the power of 5. So this is 2 terms. Highest power of x is x to the 5th power. So this is called a 5th degree binomial. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. And the highest power here is x cubed. So this is a cubic. That's what things that are called with a power of 3. 4 terms. Name by degree and the number of terms. How many terms does it have? 2. The highest power is x, just to 1 power. So this is a linear binomial. Linear means power of 1. Write an example of a linear monomial. So a monomial has 1 term and its highest power is just x. So any number here will do, or just an x would do as well. This won't be the same answer for everyone, but this is my example. Write an example of a quadratic trinomial. So trinomial means 3 terms. Quadratic means that the highest power is x to the 2nd power. X squared plus x plus 1. Is that 3 terms? Yes. Is my highest power x squared? Yep. Tell whether or not these are polynomials. If so, tell why, and if not, tell why not. So polynomials, is this a polynomial? Yes, because it only adds or subtracts or multiplies. This one is adding and multiplying this x. Okay, 1/5 x minus 7. Is this a polynomial? Yes, because this 1/5 is being multiplied times x, and they're only subtracting. So this is multiplying and subtracting, yep. Okay, 5 divided by x equals 8. I'm sorry, minus 8. Let me read that again. 5 divided by x minus 8. Is this a polynomial? No, because it is dividing by a variable. The variable's in the denominator, so nope. Is this a polynomial? 1, 2, 3. It has 3 terms. Is it only adding, subtracting, or multiplying? Yes, it's a polynomial. Number 66, solve. 4x equals 3 times 7 minus 5x. We're going to distribute this 3. 3 times 7, 3 times negative 5x. We need to combine our like terms. We have 4x and negative 15x. So let's add 15 to both sides of our equal sign. And we get 19x equals 21. Next, we need to get x by itself. So we will divide by 19 on both sides. And x equals this really long decimal. So let's round it to 1.11. 67, simplify. So we're going to do the same thing, except there's no equal sign here, so we're just going to simplify it the most we can. negative 8 times 4, negative 8 times negative 2. So our first step is to distribute. When we distribute, this is our next, we need to simplify. So we have a negative 32. There's nothing to do with that one, right? But we have 3x and 16x, which equals 19x. And so you can write negative 32 plus 19x, or you can write 19x minus 32. Same thing. Evaluate this absolute value expression if x equals 23. So it says the absolute value of 38 minus 2x. So let's rewrite it with 23 there instead of x. The absolute value of 38 minus 2 times 23. Now on PEMDAS, what is our first step? P stands for parentheses. E stands for exponents, no exponents. M stands for multiply, so we need to multiply first. Negative 2 times 23 is negative 46. So now we have a little subtraction problem. 38 minus 46 is negative 8. And then the absolute value means take away all the powers, positive or negative, and we are going to make it a 8. It is 8 spots away from 0. That's what absolute value is. I think this is the last one. Negative x squared if x is 5. So let's rewrite our problem. Negative 5 squared. Now what is 5 squared? 5 times 5 is 25. Our answer is negative 25. Now the reason it's a negative 25 is because it did not say inside of parentheses a negative sign. So the negative was not multiplied 2 times. So it wasn't negative times negative equals positive. This is staying outside of the problem. So first we ignore this and we say x squared, which is 25. And then we pop this little negative sign back in the front. If it said negative 5 inside of parentheses and then squared, it would equal a positive 25. Okay, wowzer! You did amazing! I will see you in class. Bye!